It's October 18th. Welcome to the Oakleaf Online, where students discuss local and national news. I'm Alexi Brown.
And I'm Juliana Vergara. Let's get started.
You're watching the Oakleaf Online, the student-produced media network of Santa Rosa Junior College.
Disaster struck on October 10th. Hurricane Michael hit the state of Florida as a Category 4 storm with winds up to 155 miles an hour. Since then, Hurricane Michael has destroyed many coastal Florida cities and homes, and it has been leaving a trail of destruction into the states of Virginia and Georgia. The death toll rose to 18 on Saturday. Tuesday, more bodies were found. This brings the death toll to 29. 19 of those casualties came from Florida, with 6 from Virginia and 3 in North Carolina and 1 in South Carolina.
Sonoma County has also experienced its own disasters. With more on this, let's go to our Oakleaf reporters.
Trees blowing halfway over, almost touching the ground.
So many thousands of
Embers were pouring in sheets.
We got lucky.
Like,
I mean, as the casualties are rising, there's so many
sleep on
people
the
that
couch
didn't
that
get
night
it.
about 8:30. I didn't even realize there were fires in the
Our
area.
house has been surrounded by fire for this entire time.
It was eerily quiet. I know people who are living in sheds right now.
The fire cut across all socioeconomic classes, that it went from high-end, very wealthy folks to farm workers and people who are living at the edge. There's a whole other segment, there's the population, those renters who have lost their homes, did not have rental insurance, have nothing. They're starting all over again.
Foolishly, we didn't have renter's insurance. So basically everything was a loss, a complete loss. Those that did not have renter's insurance, FEMA is assisting us with our losses. So FEMA has helped us out financially. FEMA will allow us to stay in the property that they designate for us for up to 18 months. So that again is going to be a temporary situation.
Up here in Fountain Grove that are up the road that are doing the same thing, and I'm in contact with a few other neighbors. Everybody's planning on rebuilding. This specific little area, this neighborhood, they come together a couple times a year and they do like outdoor events, like 4th of July parties and stuff like that. And so I think everyone wants to stay.
There is, however, a large number of homes that will not be rebuilt. So if you just take Coffey Park, for instance, 47% of the homes in that neighborhood were investment properties, so they were owned by people who were renting them out. Of that, only 25% of those folks actually had insurance and will be able to rebuild. And so with pulling out that many homes outside, 5,000 homes off the housing stock, it's just, it's going to grow beyond what I think this community can handle.
Mind you, 14 of us in my husband's family lost our homes. That's 5 households total. We are middle-class people, and we are struggling right now to find housing. We've considered even relocating out of the area. The only thing that's keeping us here are our jobs.
The City of Santa Rosa and the county, Sonoma County, to expedite their approvals of projects. We're looking at potentially a year or longer of approvals to have to go through the city before we could start construction. We're meeting with them now, and they're telling us that they should be able to get this done in 60 days or less. We have 300 homes in there that rebuilding is going to be an issue. We think that there's an opportunity associated with being able to acquire those sites and restrict them for affordable units. It'll be worse before it gets better. It'll eventually get better.
Thank you for that.
In other news, recreational marijuana businesses in Santa Rosa have been put on hold for now, at least while the city is working on saving roughly $7.1 million. They will be doing this by eliminating positions that will have gone into developing recreational marijuana guidelines. The cannabis industry in Santa Rosa has not been expanding as rapidly as prospective marijuana businessmen had hoped for. This is largely due to the city's priority to assist people reeling from last year's fire, and some are considering finding business elsewhere.
Do you ever feel unsafe walking alone on campus? Well, SRJC has its own police escort services. Here is our Oakleaf reporter Megan Buckman on the story.
During the day, SRJC is a beautiful campus full of oak trees and students walking from class to class. But at night, when the campus is dark, it can be a scary place to walk through. Many students are unaware of the police escort service that's provided 24/7.
Yeah, so when we have, our police services, we have the escort service. We are a police department that patrols 24/7. You'll see our vehicles, and our staff all throughout campus during security patrols, making contact with, suspicious persons, and basically doing the patrol to make the campus safe. I would say that we probably average, over the course of a semester, probably about 2 a day during the week. A little less on the weekends because we just don't have that as much of a population here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Some students don't feel comfortable walking alone on campus at night.
Most of the time when I walk around campus at night, I'm a little afraid, especially when I'm walking by myself.
Yeah, at night when it does get dark, it can feel pretty menacing.
Yeah, working at the Oakleaf, we're there till late at night and it's obviously dark, so I don't like walking to my car when it's late at night. Like anytime it's dark and I'm walking, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but obviously later at night it's more uncomfortable, like when I know there's not going to be really anyone around.
So we have an alley here at the school. If you want to get like a shortcut basically from here to the Children's Center, you have to go through an alleyway. It saves you like a 5-minute walk. The alleyway, it's really darkly lit, and sometimes you get the occasional people. It's really sketchy. The only lighting you get there is like this amber color basically, and I always felt unsafe. I actually used the escort thing twice because it felt really unsafe.
Many students believe SRJC could improve the lighting all over campus.
A lot more lighting, a lot more direct lighting, and really crisp lighting with paths that you can walk versus paths that are dark in between lights.
I recommend white lights, like the ones that are showing around us now, because it's more brighter than the amber colored ones. And the amber colored ones are hooked up to a wall.
Way more lighting on campus for the ladies and for the guys that are doing the night walks, with the classes in between classes.
To contact the police escort service, call 707-527-1000.
Thank you, Megan. For SRJC Sports, the women's cross-country team had a very successful week. Santa Rosa took 3rd place in the NorCal Championships preview, behind De Anza in 2nd place and Hartnell in 1st. In football, Santa Rosa took a devastating defeat against San Mateo, scoring 9 points against San Mateo's 41. Go Bear Cubs. Now on to the weather with Carlos.
Thank you, Alexi and Juliana. As you can see, starting on Wednesday, it's going to go into 79s, and then on Thursday, it's going to dip down to 75, but it will go back up to 79 on Friday and Sunday. So from Wednesday through Saturday, it's going to be mainly sunny. And on Sunday, starting on Sunday, it's going to dip down to 73 degrees, and it's going to dip down even further on Monday in 70. So it's going to be mainly sunny for those 2 days. And to end the week on Tuesday, it's going to be to 68 degrees and mainly cloudy. So for my recommendation, wear whatever comfortable clothing you'd like, and then make sure to wear a jacket for Tuesday. Back.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. That's all the news we have for today. My name is Alexi.
And I'm Juliana. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Oakleaf Online. See you next week.
This has been another episode of the Oakleaf Online, a production from SRJC's Media 19 class.